today we're going to be talking about the article that we read on Monday, which was looking at placebos and the kind of placebos that people take when they know that they're going to take placebos, and the kind of effect that they have. And I know that you're all here, and I know you've all read the article. So who'd like to go first today and remind us a bit about what it was talking about and some of the interesting points? Atom, go ahead.
On the day before yesterday, we read the article about the placebo drugs. It's dummy drugs, and this article acquainted us with a lot of points, and for me, I get the new approach of placebo as an open label, because before this before our reading, I knew as a placebo that it always has to be hidden and not being exploded to the patient. And in this article, we have read about a lot of participants who has taken in a lot of trials, and some part of them has been given with information that they are taking open label placebos, and the other one wasn't. And I remember the Lydia, and she had a problem with her stomach, and her wife was unbearable to live with this condition of her health, and he took a part in a trial experiment, and at the end her disease completely disappeared, and she started to enjoy their life again, started to hang out with her friends again, and she's happy. And I remember another one, I don't remember his name, but I know that it was a male person. He had a problem with his nose. His nose constantly was running, and at first he didn't believe that placebo could help him with his problem, but it helped him, and in another moment I remember that the one was also has been given with the placebo, but after a course, during the experiment everything was fine, and the disease disappeared, but after this one stopped to take this placebo, this ballism come back, unfortunately. That's it.
Great, fantastic. Okay, who else can add some more information about what the article was talking about? Luca.
Yes, I maybe there is another thing. So in the article, they explain about the effect that is made not by the medicine, the placebo, but by the confidence that a person have in in the doctor is trying to solve his problem. So if I go to the doctor, his words sometimes can have an effect that is greater respect to the real medicine that he will give me. That's it.
Yes, great. That is something that they mentioned, that it might not be the actual placebo itself. It might be the fact that the patients trust their doctor and they believe in their doctor and they believe that their doctor would only give them something that was going to help them. So, in turn, it actually helps them. Okay, did anyone want to add any other details? Is there anything else? Manu?
Yes, thank you. Hi, everyone. Maybe another thing is that whether the patients were having the placebo wittingly or unwittingly, it was the same. So the placebo had the same effect both ways. So it was a very baffling thing to explain. So researchers too are very confused, very doubtful about the exact mechanism by which the placebo works. They, by reading the author article you shared, I understood that researchers have find out a region of the brain which is highly activated in placebo responders. So they think they have found the biological basis for this placebo effect, and this can open further researches by which to explain the mechanism by which placebo works, and to better targeting placebo responders, so to improve their symptoms. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I forgot about the other article. That was an interesting thing that they mentioned there, that they might have found the part of the brain that that is actually controlling this reaction, which is a very interesting thing, because as you said, they thought that maybe the placebo effect was just the power of suggestion. If people think they're taking medicine, then it has an effect. But even when they knew that it wasn't medicine, even when they knew it was just a sugar pill, it still had an effect. So then they had to try to think again about why it actually works. So that's my first question for everyone today. Why do you think that these placebo pills work? Why do you think that this actually works? Nikolai?
Okay, so it's please wait. I try to formulate this. I think it worked because organism. There is this word in English.
Yes, it exists.
Okay. So he has some mechanism for self
Self-healing?
treatment, self healing. Yeah, it's yes, I think so. It's that's it.
Ah, okay, so that's why you think it works, because it's just the body doing what it does. Okay, Luca?
Yes, I think half of the success of this placebo is how they explain also in the article. So if you have confidence in the person, in the doctor who is carrying you, maybe this is a better is a big aspect. And the other part, I think, could be this: our brain work in two different ways, with in the conscious way and with the other part that is the not rational part. So I think if our not rational part of the brain in some way can can see that you are taking care of yourself, in some way your brain start to work and I think start to trigger some reactions that improve your reality problems, I think. Yeah, is self-healing. Exactly. Thanks.
Yes, I think you might be right. It's like the power of suggestion. If you maybe tell your body that you're trying to heal it or to make it feel better, maybe it will help you to make it feel better as well. Artem?
Yes, I agree with him, and it's the mental. I think it's the mental problem if the person will convince themselves that the situation won't will be improved at all, or in another way that he has a huge disease and he has a faith in him, and he totally wants to get out of this condition, and it helps much better. You just need to talk to your body and ask it to help you. Treat it as a person, and it will help you a lot. I think it's just question of person face. If the person have a face, and if that one have something to live for in his own life, so he will get out of this awful situation. Otherwise, he just die as soon as possible.
Okay, so do you think then that you don't even need the pill maybe to help yourself? You just need to convince yourself or to talk nicely to yourself, really, to be able to get better. Artem?
Yes, but I think your opinion won't help everybody, because a lot of people, I know a lot of people who don't can't talk with yourself at all, and they can't split their personality from their ego, and they can't make conversation at all. They just still hasn't grown up, maybe, and they have a lot of elderly people who still has this kind of problem. And it depends. And in case of placebo, it's just it's the best approach for that kind of people, how to treat them, because they will be given this best of the best treatment in the world that will cure every disease. That cure every disease in the world. You just need to take it on daily basis and never skip it. And I think the best point of this is how to you serve this idea to the to patients. If you will, you have to inspire them that it's really that it was difficult to find that treatment, but you're a lucky one. I have found it for you, so you will live, something like that.
You might have a hard time convincing everybody that they're the lucky chosen ones, I think. I think they'll start to work out something's going on after a while. Manu?
Yes, thank you. I agree with Luca. It has, in my opinion, it has mostly to do with the subconscious part of your brain, of your self-being. And so if you feel that you are being cared after, you feel an immediate relief of your symptoms. I also think it has mostly to do with our immune system. I think that we still don't know exactly how our immune system work, and all the hormones of our bodies are involved in this mechanism. So maybe it takes just a minimum action to trigger our immune system to operate to alleviate our symptoms. Um, for example, I think that in winter time, when you are particularly stressed, you are more likely to catch a cold. If otherwise you are not so stressful, you're more likely to to be healthy, to not to catch a cold. This is a little example, but I suppose it is real. It has mostly to do with our stressful condition. So maybe many people living in big cities, in very busy cities, are more likely to suffer from this kind of disease, which mostly are psychosomatic diseases, are not uh, real disease as we can imagine they are. So maybe just a placebo, just a little action can highly improve their symptoms. Thank you.
So the idea that maybe if the thing you're treating really maybe isn't so serious, or maybe it's something that's more in your head than anything else, then just by treating it a little bit with something like a sugar pill is enough to actually cure that then. Interesting. Luca?
Yes, thanks. I agree with Manu. There is also to say that our medicine, the Occidental medicine, at now just is try to solve the healthy problems, but not from the origins, but at the end. So when the symptoms, when the disease is already go ahead. Instead, we need to try to solve of the pain, and I think this is a politic. I don't know if it's the right term, but is a politic by the Oriental culture. For example, we have to think the Tibetan monks that by the meditation, try to regenerate their brains, their bodies, and don't need medicine, don't need. And I think this is in some way near to the placebo effects, because just you are working on your brain and nothing more.
Okay, interesting. Marco?
Yes. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, sorry.
Are you okay, Marco? You sound a little bit hoarse today.
Yeah, sorry. I think about this. By the way, I don't know very much. Probably that definitely the researchers tried everything and did a lot of experiments and trials using this. But for me, it's like maybe it's some kind of I don't know, maybe it's like just like a way, but for people, like if it's not, if this pill placebo doesn't exist, doesn't contain like any chemicals or something like, and it's like everything is about a background story which support that pill, like a trust between doctors and patients. So like for me it's I don't know, like just a way for people who have to take a pill, like for me just a way, like how, but it's better to motivate people on different way. For me it's just a pill, like for people who wants to take who want to take a pill, like, and I don't know if it can be like helpful for me. I don't know if I happily I hadn't big problems or something like it, and but I think like maybe it's yes, I would repeat from the previous session. For me, it's maybe for hypochonders, how to pronounce.
Hypochondriacs.
Hypochondriacs, that they like, maybe it's the best way, in my opinion, is to give them, because they are like they enjoy to spend time in the hospital. There's some medical facilities with medical staff or doctors, and to take a lot of pills, so like to and maybe because they exaggerate in using pills or something like it, and this pill is not harmful because it's doesn't it hasn't any chemical ingredients, so it won't be harmful. So in that case, it could like provide, because they are overtaking a lot of pills, so they take almost everything, and it in this case I think it could be helpful, like because they just have some kind of need to take a pill. Just maybe it's better to use this, as they say, dummy or fake pill. And yes, but for me it's not like if you go to doctor, and okay, if you have a good conversation and you create if you have created uh, good trust between you and the doctor, and you have you believe them. For me, what pill could bring additionally, I don't know. It's not, but I don't know. Yes. Okay, that's it.
Okay, yeah, it's kind of like for the hypochondriacs, because while they think they're always sick, they usually aren't actually sick at all. So when you treat them with these placebos, it's kind of like you're treating imaginary diseases with imaginary pills, really. So it kind of makes more sense why that would work, I guess. Something nobody's kind of mentioned so far, but I wanted to know what you think about it. Do you think that maybe just the action of taking a pill, like kind of that routine of taking medicine or that physical action of taking the pill, do you think that can have effect on you? Maybe like tricking your brain into thinking that you're receiving something, or it's kind of like a trigger for your body to start doing other things maybe? Do you think that might be involved as well, or? Marco?
But what do you think, Natasha, on which way? What can it produce? To take it like regularly on early in the morning, and what do you like expect of it? Like what?
Yeah, kind of like other things that people do, you know, like, oh, I can't wake up in the morning until I've had a coffee. Or maybe the coffee really is waking them up, or maybe it's just part of their routine. So for them, they feel like for them to be awake, they have to have drank their coffee in the morning. Or maybe there's something that you always do at night. Oh, I can't sleep until I've had a cup of warm milk. Maybe the warm milk doesn't make you sleep at all, but it's just that action, kind of like that routine of doing it, that makes your body go, oh, okay, they're drinking hot milk again. It must be time for us to sleep. It's that kind of idea that I was thinking about, you know, that you kind of teach your body that when you do a certain action, it needs to react in a certain way, I guess.
Okay, but yes, for me it's like I don't know. It's I don't want to say. Well, for me it's like it's
You can
better.
disagree. It's okay.
Yes,
You don't have to agree with
I
me.
disagree because it's like just of for me. If I do it, I would sound to myself like that I'm lying myself. Like it's better. I know that has anything, or I don't know. Maybe it has some effects, but it's like that you will. I don't know what you will trigger. Like it's better if you like have some. I don't know. Someone suffer from obesity. It's better for them. Like in my opinion, maybe it's better to run or to do something. Like it for me. It's just this placebo is just one way, but one way which I think so that I will never use anyway. It's a lot of different ways, just a fake way of lying yourself, like because they have nothing in and they base like to trust between doctors and you, like it will boost like your relationship with doctors or something like it. I don't think that it's work properly. Yeah.
You prefer to use other techniques instead of just
Yeah,
tricking yourself, really. Okay, Artem?
I would better say that it's not it won't help you. You see, if you consider this as a routine on a daily basis, I think that 99% of that kind of treatment has to be go along with the prayer, I think. But please take me in a proper way. I am not talking about this invisible man in the cloud. I just you have to a lot of and here these sentences in your mind, and you have to be convinced totally that you will be healed totally, and you will be able to live farther without this disease. I think that prayer take a huge part of your self-healing. I think so.
Okay, so for you it's more about belief and believing really that
Yes,
you're you can heal yourself or that you can get better by yourself?
Yes, it's just the question of your faith. You just need to ask help from universe or nature, and that will help you if you just ask it.
Okay.
Right.
Nikolai?
Oh yes, but I'm sorry about I missed the question between I sleep for 10 seconds. Can you repeat it, please?
No problem. The question was a while ago, actually. I'm not sure that I can remember it either. We need to go back in the recording and check it again. I think the question was about...
The same question from the beginning.
Yeah, kind of the same question.
Second
really.
round, just second round.
Exactly.
Okay, so can I add something, maybe
Sure, go
a
ahead.
little? So yes, I think I think maybe someone said it earlier, but I think it works for some people. Maybe I forget who, but who said on Monday that there is some kind of people which is have maybe they have psychological problems. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it works only for them. I think. Okay, so but I've never I've never tried. Maybe it works for me too. I don't know.
Oh, good. That gives me another good question to ask. But first, Manu, you wanted to add something.
Yes, thank you. You asked if, in our opinion, just the gesture of taking a pill can work out something in our body. I think yes, it is so because, for example, for me, just thinking that by taking a sugar pill, I can have some sort of improvement of my symptom, and besides that, I can be saved from paying for the expensive medicine. It just trigger something in myself. So I think that I can deceive the pharmaceutical companies, so I feel better just for this reason. So it is it works for me to know that I can avoid buying expensive medicine. It is what works for me. Thank you.
That makes you feel better, really, knowing that you don't have to pay so much. Yeah. Okay, well, something Nikolai said made me think of something else as well. And that's about whether anybody has actually taken something like this before. Have you ever taken a placebo for something, or have you ever taken something not because it was medication specifically for a disease or a condition or a sickness that you had, but because somebody told you, you've got a headache, if you do this you'll feel better, or if you take this you'll feel better. Has anyone ever taken a placebo before? I guess the confusing thing is that maybe you have and you don't realize because the doctor didn't tell you. So maybe it's hard to know, but let's see. Artem?
In my childhood, when I was about 11 or 12 years old, I have just huge, just unbelievable amount of warts of my hands. I remember the number. I have 32 on my hands, only on my fingers. It's just it's a lot, and but I don't think that we will consider that kind of disease. The approach how I get rid of it. My my aunt just took me in to some wise and old woman. I think she's. I may consider her as a witch, and she used the witchcraft. Yes, the second word, which, oh, what?
No, which is right.
What?
Wart, yes.
What? It's how to describe? It's disgusting. So, and she just made on few I don't know precisely what she did, but it helped me a lot. She just have said something in a very mysterious way. I remember, and it was dark, no water, fire, and it helped me. And in a few weeks, they all just disappeared.
Wow, okay. So it worked then. Do you think it worked because you believed in it? Because you believed that whatever she said or whatever she did was going to help you?
I think so, that I convinced myself because the environment of this house and her dress and how she spoke and this environment me, I just was like in a fairy tale, and I think it helped me.
Wow, interesting. Okay. Nikolai?
Yes, so I think maybe in that way that we use placebo not only um, when we eat pills with sugar, yeah. I think we do it maybe every time in our life, because when we eat another pill, it's not it, but I'm sure about what. So
You could say take a pill.
take a pill, yeah, I think. When we taken a pill, I think maybe not we get better not only before we've taken it. Maybe some percent of improvement of our feeling is a placebo effect, placebo, and sometimes maybe I don't know when you if your stomach ache, it's called stomach ache, when stomach is feel something bad.
Yeah, when you have pains in your stomach. Stomach ache.
Yes, maybe some pills is maybe not not take effect so fast, but maybe we feel we get better before that it starts work before it working. Okay, so I think it's not only a pill with sugar. It's we do this every time. Maybe I don't know.
okay. So it works with all kind of pills, really. It doesn't have to be a placebo to really have this placebo effect. The same thing happens with other types of pills as well. So just because you start taking the medication, you already start to feel better because you go, oh, now I'm taking medication. Okay, now I'm going to get better. So you kind of feel it earlier than kind of before the medication has time to make or to take effect in your body. That's an interesting idea, actually. I hadn't thought about it from that way. Luca?
Yes, thanks. Me too. I have the EBS. I don't know if it's EBS pathology, EBS.
Yes.
IBS, okay, but in particular periods of the year, not always, but this is from a lot of years now. I tried to solve it by taking. At the beginning, I went to the doctor and he gave me pills, a medicine cure. But at the end, I choose for a natural or a placebo. But I prefer to say natural, a natural way because I choose for. I don't know if somebody know the magnesium. I read on internet about the properties of magnesium, so I take it and I note that the effects in the time were good. There is to say also that when I take, but this is my personal case because maybe I'm a particular person, I don't know. When I take something for a few months, at the end is just as my body going to adapt to this. To this cure, to this pill. So at the end, the effect going to finish, and I have to stop for a few months, and then after the stop, I can restart. I have to make like this, but now is better than some years ago, the few years ago.
Okay, interesting. And so you think that this kind of effect is involved in that as well, the fact that you can kind of trick your body a little bit into thinking that you're treating it with this magnesium, or with other things as well. Okay, Nikolai? Oh, sorry, Luca, did you want to add something else?
No, sorry, Natasha, but I don't understand the last thing you have said.
So
was a question? I don't understand if it was a question.
Kind of half a question. The magnesium that you're taking, do you think that part of the effects are the placebo effect, or do you think that it's physically doing something to help you?
Yeah, I think is 50-50, half and half. For sure, magnesium. If you go into Google and you type magnesium, you can discover a lot of good properties. And I do not think that all is a fake. But for sure, when you're going to take this the magnesium, also your brain play an important role. So there is a part of placebo effect and a part that maybe is the real effect, the real benefit of the magnesium.
Okay, interesting. Nikolai?
Yeah, so I want to add something with I said before. What is the code? pills, medicine, medicine. All of medicine goods. Pills, maybe some liquid medicine, liquid. Some what is it called? What is it called? Okay.
Probably you could just call it medicine, I think. I think you're already using the right word, medicine. Because medicine could be a pill, or it could be a liquid, or it could be an injection, or there's... or maybe you just want to say treatment as well. Because treatment could include other things. Like when you break your arm, treatment would be putting a cast on your arm.
Okay, so I think not only pills and liquid and something else related to medicine treatment. Yeah, has effects in this way. I think when you, for example, drink green tea, you know that green tea is make you feel more uncomfortable, is more positive, maybe, I don't know, but and you start relaxed, and you maybe start feel it, or maybe about juice, maybe about something else. It works, maybe not with pills, medicine.
Yeah, actually, that's true. I think other things can have this effect as well. I know if we were talking about like medicines and things like that, I know I used to, my cousins, when they were much younger, if they fell over or they hurt themselves, I would also always tell them that I had a special medicine, a special cream that I would put on them to where they'd scrape themselves or where they'd hurt themselves to make them feel better. But all it actually was some water that I got from the tap. But because I told them that it was a special medicine and that they'd feel better, when I'd, put a little bit of this water on them and I'd say, oh, okay, does it feel better now? And they go, yeah, it's better. And I remember my aunt saying to me, Natasha, what is this special cream that you put on them? They said it really helped. And I said, okay, I have to admit it's not a special cream. It's just water I got from the tap, but I told them it was special medicine. So sometimes I think the power of suggestion, when you think it's going to be something that helps you, or you think that somebody's giving you something to help you, it can actually help. It's a little bit like we talked about a little bit last session, actually, about how sometimes it might just be about someone kind of showing you a little bit of care, or showing that they're trying to take care of you, or that they're looking after you, and that sometimes this might be why the effect happens, because people like to know that someone's taking care of them, that someone wants them to feel better or wants to make them feel better, and that's maybe what makes the difference in how someone's feeling. Nikolai?
Yes, you said about about your cousin. Cousin. Yeah, I remember. It's not remember. I just something just rise in top of my head. I mean, it's about when I was little. Young. It's young. My grandmother. We were walking, and my story. I had a stomachache, and she take a hand and said that she fixed it now. and she only what is it called? It's a simple. Go. So it's work. I mean, okay.
Yes, I think this is particularly useful with children, especially younger children. I think they're very open to these kinds of suggestions or open to these kinds of treatments, especially from their parents or from people they look up to. Luca?
Yes, thanks. There is an Italian philosophist, is right? Philosophist.
Or philosopher,
Okay,
we usually say.
a philosopher. Okay, thanks. That wrote few books about this argument and the healthy problems of the people. And basically, maybe Manu know him. The name is Igor Sibaldi. And basically, in his books, this philosopher spoke about what I said before, that our medicine, the Occidental medicine, just try to solve the symptoms, but not the origins of the pain. And for him, when a person going to have an healthy problem, a serious problem, this is because in his future something is missing. So for him, in the future, also our medicine going to solve the problems in the future. I don't know how this is possible, but is an interesting theory for me, because you are going to see before of you to solve the problems that you are having in this moment.
Okay, that's very interesting. Yes, I'm not sure how that works either. Marco?
Yes, about this. This remind me like I don't have an older brother. I have a younger brother, and I think that when we were in childhood, like he looked at me like maybe like not like a role model, but I don't know, something like it. But I think if I could say something like, okay, you can treat your tooth with this, like, and I suggest him just some nonsense that have no sense, which will not work. But and I think that he probably could think that it will work. Like it's like based on trust. Like maybe I don't believe so much doctors, but I don't. I think like maybe in it's important. Maybe on just on relationship with or in relation with someone, like if you trust so much someone, like as I said, like it could work. And but I don't know, you started talking, someone's Artem said about something, but maybe some kind of I don't know, is it alternative medicine, like using something different, like some kind of tea I use sometimes because I heard for it, like I don't know if you have this fruit, quince, in your countries. And I heard that my mother, my wife also, I heard from my granny also, like it's good for your stomach when you have like stomach ache, like, and it could be helpful. I don't know, it helped, but maybe it's just because I used different probiotics. Maybe they actually these probiotics helped me actually, but I thought that quince leaves, um, which we use to making tea for this stomachache, I thought that quince leaves just helped me, but maybe it was just probiotics because I mixed it. But actually I don't like it. I will take a pill or some medicine that is like I avoid using if I have some kind of happily I having some headache or something like that. I have some problems, but I avoid using it. Like if I have such a strong headache or something like it, I will just take a pill, but I will avoid to some extent. Yes.
I think that's one of the problem with some of these, not just with placebos, but other things you take as well. Sometimes you don't know whether something you took or something you did actually had an effect or not, because usually we don't just do one thing. We might take a few different pills, or we take a pill and a tea and we eat something special, or we have some kind of treatment and we take a pill and we're drinking something special. So it's a bit hard to know which one of the things you're doing is having an effect, or maybe none of them's having an effect. Maybe you just got better by yourself. So I think that's another thing that makes it a little bit difficult to know whether this placebo maybe is having an effect or not, because usually it's not the only thing you do. There's a lot of other things involved, really. Artem?
Yes, I think the session gradually coming to the end, and I would like to sum up to make conclusions that the both side the both side as a medicine, I mean science, and other one as a magic. I think so. We can consider it. It's both are work in curing the patient. I think so. It depends on situation and the person. It's not too easy be totally convinced that a placebo work or not. It depends, but we have a lot of cases when the people have been cured from some awful disease, and everyone was convinced that the person is going to die soon, but no, it didn't happen at all. And I think so that both approaches work. If the one didn't work, so I think you should consider another one.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think we still need, conventional medicine, because it has helped us a lot. It does help us a lot. We don't need to give up on medicine altogether. But you're right. If it's not working, then maybe you need to look at other things or other ways that you can help yourself. Marco?
Oh, okay. Yes, like it's. I don't know if you last time I said some kind of advertisement, like it's like sometimes like because they are like honest, like some kind of advertisement like for the soap. said it on Monday, but I faced some connection issues. I don't know if you heard, like, when people they are selling soap and they just I don't know, Natasha, did you hear me, like, on Monday? I was breaking up, I think.
I think I'm trying to remember.
Oh, okay.
Oh yes, it was talking about the soap and the losing weight, right?
Yeah. Like, but they are like, I heard it. I don't know for this soap. Does it exist or it's just a joke? Like, they put like on the soap, like, do you want to lose 10 kilograms? I don't know, something like it. Or, and on the soap, after running 10 kilometers, use me while you taking a shower, like, and then that's like, for me that's honest, and I will buy like this product because they are like honest. But also they think like, if someone has like a toothache or something like it, maybe to try with some rakia or whiskey or vodka, doesn't matter. I think that they will not feel any more toothache, but they will be probably drunk. And it's up to them what they will use.
Yes, exactly. I think the whiskey just makes you forget that you've got a toothache. You still have it. It's still there. You just forget about it for a little while.
Yes, exactly. For a life.
It's probably worse as well when you wake up, because then you've got a headache as well from all the whiskey as well. Manu.
Yes, thank you. I came up with an idea while thinking about children. Children who usually used to hang upon adults' lips. So I thought that maybe the reason why placebo in many cases works is because it depends on the eminence, on the outstanding of the person who is suggesting you to take the placebo. So I think the higher the eminence, the importance of the person who is suggesting you, the easier is the possibility that the placebo works. So it depends. It ugly depends on whom is giving this advice to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I think that does make a big difference as well. It goes back to, I think Marco might have mentioned it earlier about the trust. If you trust the doctor, or if you trust the person who's giving you the medicine, it's probably going to work a lot more than if it's someone that you don't trust. Okay. Well, we're at the end of our session for today, but did anyone want to add anything else before we finish? Any last ideas, last thoughts, last comments? Marco?
Yes, I agree totally. But it's also, I think, like, as I said, for me, I don't think that it would work. But for, like, I don't know if it's like a personalities, or I'm not so good in this. Like, but I think like it's maybe Manu said, like, it depends on a person to whom the doctors will conduct, or who would receive the treatment, like, and it depends on that person. Like, I think that it is for me, for example, I don't think that it would work, but for someone else it works. So that depends on person also, so on something like it. Yes, it's not only about trust, but also about person who will who need like that treatment or something like it. It depends on personality.
Yeah, you're right. It depends not only on the person who's prescribing, but also the person who's receiving the treatment as well. I think that's very true as well. Artem?
I would like to say that never give up. If you got in some awful situation or disease, never give up on yourself, and everything will be fine in the future. Never lose faith in yourself.
Excellent. And on that note, let's finish. Thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the session today. I did. It was very interesting. And remember, if you think of anything else, or you want to share a link to something maybe about this, or write a little bit more about it, we've got the post on the forum as well. Okay, I'll put the link here at the end of the session to make it a little bit easier to find. But you can also keep writing some more things there. I think, Luca, you've already written a comment there, right? I had a quick look at it earlier. But thank you very much, everyone. And hopefully talk to you all again soon. Don't forget to hit the red button to hang up the call, okay? Bye.